This is Radisson. This is Grasshopper. Um, I hope everyone's fine. Um, this is the face to the voice that you've been hearing. Um, and this reveals what I've said before about my personality. I'm a shy person by nature. I it's how I've learned all the things I've learned. It's how I know what I know. It's because I'm inquisitive by nature. And being the last of six children, the last boy of five boys, it does something interesting to you. And especially being raised without a father figure. Um, I'm coming to you because there's so much that I've gone through that has occurred in my life that has put me in position where I am right now. And it's not a position for anyone to desire or dislike, or it's only for the purpose of informing you. Um, because I am a big believer in the fact that we need to be sharing our experiences. I am a big believer in what's invisible being more consequential than what is visible. And that's what my upbringing taught me. Seeing that I was this laid back, cool, but mostly laid back, shy. In a lot of ways, it wasn't cool because I wasn't the one who benefited from a lot of things in a way. You know what I mean? Like if everybody was rushing in to do something, if you had to have courage to talk to that girl over there, I'm probably gonna just chill back over here and be like, yeah, all right. So she can shut me down. I'll come up with an excuse. But it still meant I didn't rush in on that. So you might say that I lost out on certain things, right? But as I've gotten older, I've learned that it wasn't losing out. It was divine timing for everything. It was moving with knowledge instead of just, or rather, moving with curiosity, sincere curiosity, and not like an agenda instead. And I would learn that. I would learn um, how we put agendas in front of our intentions. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're interested in a person, you like them, you want to be around them, you see them. That's intention. You like that person, you want to be around them. Now, what has to happen in order for this relationship to work out? That's agenda. So you have an agenda, an ulterior motive now, because it's supposed to be just about that thing, raw cut. Just you wanting that thing for the reasons that and the feelings that you get. But now you start to think about a life with that thing, and you start to dig deep with that thing, and it's like that's not what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? If it is meant for you to go deep with that thing, that person, that being, if it is meant for you to go deep, long distance, you know when you're gonna know that? You know when you're supposed to know that? During the journey. Somewhere along the line where you're like, yo, we've been together for how many years now? That's how it's supposed to work. That's an adventure. See what I'm saying? So that's what I was always seeking. I was always seeking an adventure. Yeah, we can do this together, but are we going to be adventurous when we're doing it? Are we like if you start laying down commands and demands and requirements and rules and regulations, then it's like, yo, I thought we don't have to make reasons for us to not want to be here. the fact that we want to be here should be enough reasons for us to just be like, fuck it all. Let's do this. But what I found was a lot of people were fearful of the unknown. Like, people were more fearful of the idea of something than the feelings they got from something. In other words, I found like when I met a woman for the first time or a girl when I was a kid and the butterflies I got, I love that feeling. I love that feeling of going up to a person, a woman, and like taking a chance. But I don't like doing it. I'm not doing it for any glory or any praise. I just like the feeling that comes with it. Now, I'm not saying the feeling of you saying no, I'm not interested, or I know you're probably thinking that probably never happened to me. But yes, many and many, 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 because I took a lot of chances. You see, I didn't take my chances in public. I didn't take my chances where everybody could see me, because that to me is pointless. I took my chances where it would actually, feel where I could feel something and know that was me, right? So I didn't like talking to chicks in front of a bunch of dudes or a bunch of chicks. Either way, I don't want to do it either way. Even if my friends are here, I don't. I'm no, I'm good. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel and I want to see how sincere this is, how good this is, and even the idea of like back in the days growing up where you had to talk to a girl and you had to like, you know what I mean, like talk to her. You had to really like talk to her to try to get. You had to convince a woman. Like it was like legal fees and shit. You had to convince a person that you were the person for them, even though they liked you. This is how it was, even though they liked you. And then I think something happened there. Something happened with that. I think women got to thinking like, yo, we got these motherfuckers around our fingers, man. Because like, look, like I really like that dude, but look, he's behaving like he don't know that. He's willing to do all kinds of shit for me, and men have been willing to do this from day one for women. Just so you know, like it's not to say men haven't done many things with culture and with the population and shit like that we can talk about, and we have. But what I'm saying is, be real about it, man. Men will do a lot of shit that's terrible, but they love them some women. They'll do anything for a woman, right? They'll do anything for a woman. Men will do anything for a woman. That's the bottom line. So going off of that, you can see who the villain is in this story. It's not about a villain. It's not about a villain. It's not about a villain at all. But if there was one, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It's not about a villain. It's not. It's about understanding what's happening here. Because like, if I were trying to imply that women were going to be the villain in this story here, that'd be fine anyways. It's good to be the villain. What the fuck, man? You can't. Life is about feng shui and up and down and balance and swerve. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't expect to be the good guy all the time. But you got to be able to acknowledge that, like, yo, when you the good guy, you got to be like, yo, we kill, yo, we killing it as the good guy. Yo, we are, fuck, man. Like, has there ever been a better good guy? And then when you playing the bad role, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you guys went, and the Oscar goes to, man. You got to sit down. Children, you got to sit down. Girls, you can stand up. But ladies, the Oscar goes to you. And I mean that in like every way, shape, and form. If you want to take it in negative, because you do the damn dizzle. Like wow. Woof. Yo, when you think about evolution, right? I know most times people think about technology. And true. And even when they're thinking about technology, you're thinking about it simple in a very conditioned way. Like you think about technology in terms of like spaceships and microchips and car batteries and shit like that, control screens and automation and AI. Farming is technology. Like if you know how to farm on that soil and I don't, and we both live on this soil, that's technology. Even if you don't live on the soil and you know you heard about me and I could farm, I could soil, I could till that soil, motherfucker. That's technology. It's advancement. And it's the best kind of technology because it's in the terms of food. Is we all need it. Like it's not like, yo, I got this car that I can drive you from point A to point B. Well, I don't really need to go to point A to point B. My point A and point B is right here. I'm good. But I got these food, I got this crop, you know what I'm saying? We know how to hunt, we know when to hunt, we know how to do it right. We do it. What you got? You got a car, but can you do you not hunt? Do you not farm? See, you learn very quickly where okay, yeah, you had the shotguns and the ammunition, but that's not really technology in terms of putting food in the belly. Ain't that what you told the missus you was leaving for? You told the missus you was going out to get some food, right? But you don't know how to till the soil. You see what I'm saying? So that's when people are learning to manipulate situations, right? Because at the end of the day, how could anything be more important than your food? But you believe that technology does not involve your food, or at least like the original way of how you get your food, which is either you hunting that thing over there or you planting that thing over there on that soil. And is that soil tillable? That's technology. But like everything else, there's what you like, you need, you desire, and then there's what you made up and told yourself are the reasons you want that thing. Now your agenda. And so we've done that with so many things. So many things we've taken the actual thing, right? The actual thing that we want, that we like, that we desire. So many times we take this actual thing that we like, we desire, and we put ulterior motive in front of it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you might some people wrap them around ulterior motives around the intention, the actual intention, right? So you ask somebody, why do you want that for? Right? Why would you want to be in a relationship that you don't want to see advancing you and the individual? Like, why would you ever want to be in a situation in which the entire situation is a good one, meaning every party is benefiting from it? Why would you want to be in anything less than that? Like, how do you picture yourself dealing with anything and thinking that thing shouldn't be blessed after you're done with it? Like, how could you be thinking good about yourself? How can you be okay with something in your experience not being valuable? How can you see something as not valuable in your experience and think that you are valuable? Hmm. Trying to get at something here. Do you not realize that your reality is a mirror? Do you not realize that? Is it so difficult to understand that your reality is a mirror? Is that difficult? Because I don't think y'all getting it. I don't think y'all getting it. I don't even get it sometimes. I think sometimes for me, it's not that I don't get it. It's just that sometimes for me, there is this thing like Westworld, right? We are playing the game. We are here experiencing this. So there is a part of you that wants to experience this and needs to experience this. I believe that's the grounded part. That's the Gaia part. That's the part of you that wants to stay connected, stay grounded, because you want to be here. So you have to feel like you belong here. So that's grounded. And I've said this before, but clearly not to you. Your spirituality, though, your spirituality is what informs you of who you really, 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 really are. Your spirituality is what holds your physicality responsible. It's not God, it's you in spirit, which is God. Okay, sure. You take it. You want to buy a vowel? So, whatever you believe in, something on the other side of things, you have to know that is governing this side of things. Even no matter what you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what clan or tribe or fucking corner of the universe or galaxy you hail from, you gotta believe that. Something on the other side is dictating this shit, man. That's what Einstein said. I told you about that. He said the piper. Everyone dances to the tune of the piper. The piper, sorry, I think it's a violin. It was better when you couldn't see me. Because then I could do stuff like that and you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? But the guy playing the thing, you know what I'm saying, the piper, so what's happening when he's playing or she's playing? What's happening? Can you see the music? Can you see it? Can you see it? So look, if the piper is on the other side of a wall, right? And you're deaf, and you're deaf, and you're deaf, and you walk into a room and you just see everything. You tell yourself, oh look, this physical shit is just moving. It's just moving. It's just moving. I mean, that's literally what the flowers are doing every morning, right? Open up, close up sometimes at night, open back up in the day. Some of them stay open all the time. When you put you put your camera on there and you know what I'm saying, you speed it up. What's it, still camera, whatever it is called? You put your camera on there and you speed it up. So you see the video of the thing that the flower coming up. Like, doesn't it look like something? Doesn't it look like that? You got to think about what it is you're letting yourself believe and why. Like, does it benefit you? Like, no matter what you want to tell yourself, you tell yourself God told you this. Tell yourself your father and your mother told you. Tell yourself your mentors told you this. Tell yourself, I don't give a fuck who you tell yourself told you this. But is it benefiting you? Is it benefiting you to believe that when you die, you cease to exist? Is it benefiting you to think that now, if it were true that when you die, you cease to exist, does it even benefit you to believe that now? Like, can you wrap your mind around that and your heart around that to the point where you're like, I'm good with that understanding of things? Yeah. So when my mother, if my partner actually dies, I'm good. That understanding will hold me in its loving arms and take care of me. Can you say that? Can you say that about your belief? Which one of your beliefs, when it actually needs to show up, when it shows up for you, it brings a blanket and like a comfy pillow and like some like something to talk, some hot chocolate. Which one comes to party? It wants to take you out. It wants to show you the town. Which one of your beliefs does that for you? Tell me. If you love yourself so much, and you went to Amazon and you were shopping for beliefs, like which belief should I get? Which one should I get? And you bought all the beliefs, and you went home and you saw all the beliefs you got right now, and you saw how they were treating you when you needed them, how they left you in the dumps and the dirt, and they made you feel like shit all the time, carrying them around, and all they do is just to disappoint you. Would you look at yourself and say, "Yeah, you a good shopper. You a good shopper. Yeah." I said this before. Don't get me wrong. Confirmation. You didn't buy all your beliefs. Your parents forged your name on a lot of them, right? It passes down from generation to generation. When you were born, they told you things, they believed things. They didn't even have to tell you half of them, to be honest with you. That's what this whole idea about, what do you call it when you pass on from one to the next, trauma and all this other shit and hereditary shit. It's you're so physically wound up. And I'm not fucking with you, man. I'm only saying this to you because I am too. I'm unwinding myself, and it requires a lot of effort. But what does help, I will admit this full frontal. The knowing that none of this can kill me. The knowing that it won't kill me is what, like, I feel like sometimes I be looking at my soul like, motherfucker, you just want to see me stretched. And it's like, that's what we want, man. So if you setting up your life in a way in which it's easy, It's not nothing about a challenge named easy. Like you don't look through the book of challenges and say easy. It's not a challenge then. Like, see, you guys got messed up with this physical reality, man, and competition and all this other shit, man. You think just like somebody like you could be Muhammad Ali in his prime, man. Some dude off the street who has enough money could just be like, I want to challenge him. Is it really a challenge? Is it really a challenge? Is that what you would consider a challenge to be? Does a challenge need to be defined as that's a difficult challenge? This is an easy challenge. This is a or is a challenge just meant to understand that if you are facing that challenge, if you are facing that challenge, if you, yes, you are facing that challenge, it's formidable. And so are you. So to shove the challenge to someone else and then want to desire or choose or pick the challenges that you would like to go through life dealing with, so can't you see how that erodes the game? You're not a real good player, are you? Your soul is disappointed, just so you know. We talked. We talked. Your soul said, what this motherfucker thinks? Yeah, everybody wants to be rich, but we all know that's easy. We do know that as well. But some of us think it was about time I got an easy life. But really and truly, if I died today, motherfucker, my soul would say, I wouldn't wake up on the other side and be like, fuck, I didn't get to do that. Damn it. Put me back in, coach. No one does that. That's not how it works. This is the reason why you need to stay grounded, because you have to have reasons that you want to be here. And it has to surpass the material shit. And that is what it's truly about. It's like you being from a family and you just wanting to act like it's only about the money being with the family. And they're like, yo, did we raise this bitch? Did we raise this bitch? Like, if we went broke today, this bitch would leave us, motherfucker. Look what she talking. Look how she talking. Like, all she knows is the money. The money, the money. All he knows is the money. He remembers being taken here to basketball games when he was a kid, sitting front row with dad and mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? He remembers that and that. And not like all he knows is the money, but he doesn't remember that we were a fucking family. We loved him. That's your groundedness. You got to ground yourself in your reality, in your presence, in who you are. Why am I here? I'm here because, yo, it don't even matter if I don't know yet, but I'm here. Woo! It's like if you were in Normandy and you're jumping out of the fucking plane with a parachute on your back, right? When you hit the ground, what the fuck you say? Oh fuck, Lord, what am I doing here? What am I doing here, Lord? Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. No, you don't say that. You don't say that. All you got to say is, shit, I made it. We made it. We made it. Let's do it. Your feet hit the ground, man, and you there looking at the world and the material. I'm not even talking about like cars. I love cars. I'm not even talking about like women. I love women. I'm not talking about anything that is really truly exterior. Like I'm not talking about plants. I love them. I love flowers. I love everything. I love technology. I love everything, right? But there's some things I love more than others. Obviously, we all do. We're not talking about that. You have to understand that you're meant to love those things. You should love those things. There's nothing wrong with you loving anything. Loving. Ain't no way loving could be wrong. It just don't go that way. Loving is right all the time. Love is good. You see what I'm saying? Love is good. You love yourself. You're meant to, right? But remember, it's not just simply the love anymore. You and I have complicated our lives with many, 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 many things parading around as if it's love or part or with love or in harmony with love. There are many things that we have allowed to come into our reality that we created ourselves. To be honest with you, yeah, all of it is us. That's why we can't blame anybody. If you say line them up, Rod, line them up, we're gonna shoot them down, Rod, line them up. You'd be online too. You would. And your grandfather and your mother and they all. I might tell you after we shoot you, but if you can't figure that out by now, that you are in the sauce, making the sauce. You in it, making it. You are. We all are. We are a product of our environment. Who created the environment, motherfucker? We did. Yo, we gotta start being better and bigger about things, man. For real, for real. Like really, really though. Really. Like you can't claim agenda. You see what I'm talking about? You can't believe that you can claim anything other than you can't claim nothing other than that. At least that's the rules I play by. There's a few of them. There's a few rules where I'm from. And it stands. And I don't change it for nobody. I don't care what reality I dwell in. I'm in this reality right now, but I don't give a fuck. I don't play by your rules. And I will not play by your rules. Your rules require me to forget everything I am. And I am everything. So, like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot, motherfucker. Like, you talking about, you want to negotiate? Why you ask a motherfucker to forget everything he is? Everything she is, everything she's ever been, who they are before everything ever came into existence. How you ask a motherfucker? I, I can't even swallow. I'm gonna need y'all to be realistic with me, man. Do you care? Do you really care? Like, do you care? Do you fucking care? Like, just really be honest about it. Like, say honestly, Rod. I never gave a fuck to be honest with you, and I don't right now, and I never really because like I'm not talking about do you care about making money? Because then you don't care. You don't care. You understand what care means? Like, and don't get me wrong, I realize that a lot of us never actually had been cared for, but I'm trying to. I would like to put you onto something, remind you of something you are familiar with. I think it'd help, but like, yo, man, like courage and integrity and loyalty. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, do you see human beings? Like, okay, let's do a little quick. Let's use something that you understand and I understand very well. Let's take loyalty. Let's take loyalty. Yes. Let's take loyalty. Who exemplifies loyalty better with you and your pet? I'm sure you would say your pet. I'm almost certain you would say your pet. Right. Now, how is that so? Especially if it's a dog. More than likely it's a dog. How is that so? How is it that you don't call that stupidity, but you call it loyalty? Knowing the way you treat your pet, probably. How is it that you call it loyalty, yet you don't call it stupidity, but you wouldn't do that form of loyalty for anyone? Interesting. But then there's another form of loyalty where it is actual stupidity, right? Where it's pretending like one doesn't know what truly is there. Like one doesn't know that they actually are performing. So they're loyal to the performance, loyal to the stereotype, loyal to the racist beliefs, right? There is that. So one does no loyalty, right? Loyalty is not when you simply go along with something because you don't want to be a part of the outside group. Loyalty is not when you go along with things because you have an ulterior motive on someone else. When you want to make someone feel small, so you use or you make a person who's in the wrong feel right so that the person who you want to make feel small feels small. You're not loyal to yourself then. Your dog will never do that to you. Your dog is not loyal to a cause. It's loyal to you. Meaning it wants you to do good. And you're not a dog, you're a human. How so, Rod? Meaning you can have many things in your consciousness. You're not just simply seeking the pleasure of one being like your dog is. You're not just seeking a relationship with one being and hoping that he's the world for you. No, you're not doing that. You're smarter than that. You're human. So, with your smarts, with your ability, how are you not, what's the word I should say? Dominating the fucking realm of loyalty and leaving your dog in the shames. How's your dog still fucking running circles around your ass? How is that possible? That you can see such a wonderful example of loyalty and then fail it at the fucking most miserable ways. Like you see some shit that is right and wrong. Like you consciously know right, wrong. But I don't like the motherfucker who's doing the right. So you mean to tell me you really gonna work with the wrong? Wait, that's what you gonna do? That's what. I'm gonna calm down. But that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna work with the wrong. And but then you're gonna go back to your dog and say your dog is loyal to you. Man, somebody needs to tell that dog what you're doing. That dog will learn a different understanding of loyalty. Because you see, your dog is loyal. And the reason that you've been able to differentiate the two of what you are doing and what they're doing is because you understand very well what you are doing as well. And the difference is this. Like I said before, your dog exemplifies loyalty. You, my dear friend, on the other hand, have been exemplifying stupidity. 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 I'm sure you could break that word down and get a few things from it. I can, just by saying it is that. It sounds like your pity is stewing. You've been allowing your pity to stew. Like you don't like that motherfucker, and you take such pity on yourself for whatever things you told yourself that you reasons are the reasons that you don't like this motherfucker, and you've been letting that pity stew in that big old pot of yours, just stew, waiting for the moment when you get to show that motherfucker who's really the boss. Take him off, knock him off the pedestal, knock him off. And so you will align yourself with what you would consider to be wrong, just so that right could also be wrong. Stupidity. When one allows their pity to stew long enough that they end up eating it. Because you will eat your stupidity. You will eat it. You will be the dumb one. Because the wrong is going to, you know what the wrong is going to do to you next. Right? And the only reason the wrong was going after that motherfucker is because they right. Because they right. That's why he's going after them, because they right. They damn right. And you know that you had the opportunity to jump in and be like, right is right. Right is right. Listen, man. I don't like the motherfucker. I'll be honest with you. Like sometimes, like I don't even know why, but I'm not gonna be right is right. I'm loyal to what I believe is right. That means you love yourself. That means you took time to find out what are the things you actually care about and don't really care two hoots about. That means you did the work. That must be what right is doing. That's why right could do what right is doing. Because right might look like the world's crumbling around them or her. But right is on the right side. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not saying the right side is better than the left side, because I'm a lefty. Not by like what hand I use. I'm supposed to jerk it. Not by actually, you know what? I am ambidextrous when it comes to that. Not in writing though. I've tried it writing. I've tried to write using like writing with my left, and it's not something I would give up on. Um, I've tried like implementing more things, more activities using my left hand, like playing ping pong with my left. Um, Even like being more conscious of when I'm like lotioning myself or like doing things that naturally like requires you bodily touch. So when you touch yourself, there is something you can notice about that. Like, and that's the reason I said I call myself a lefty. I'm not a lefty by, like I said, by like writing and naturally, not naturally, because naturally, what the fuck does that mean, right? They taught you to use your left hand instead of your right hand, or your right hand instead of left. I mean, we all came out trying to use our left, to be honest with you, but they, um, I say they, but you know, I said before, I mean, I'm not blaming anyone because, again, we're all responsible for everything that we see in front of us, the good, the bad, the ugly. We are all responsible for it. And if you felt that way, if there's like the owner of the company you work for, you heard they were being the courts were going after them, and the owner gives a speech after the court, after they found out the courts are coming after them. The owner gives a speech and says, you know, I just want you all to know, everyone who works in this company, you're all equally involved in this company as I am. What would you say? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Like, you're probably gonna go dig up a few checks, find that check, right? Because if you were equally invested, and had it been seen that way from the jump, how would your life would have shown that, right? You'd have been interested in it. You'd have taken interest in this. You'd have been interested in that. You'd have acted that way. You'd have responded. You'd have take up space in that motherfucker, right? But if you don't believe that you're responsible, therefore, what do? Play your part. Get in the corner over there, mop them floors over there for us, please. Or have them files on our desk by Friday, please. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, we're being embezzled. Oh, I'm sorry, we're being chopped, whatever it is, whatever it is. They come after us, they think we fraud, and sometimes like you like, okay, well, I guess I'll be finding another job somewhere. It's the same thing with your reality. If you found out that you were equally responsible for everything in your reality, when they tell you they're gonna do something, when they have an idea, when they shooting ideas, where you at now? You want to be front and center, motherfucker, because I'm important. This is part. Now that I think about it, I can remember when we put that over there. We put that when remember when we. I can now it vaguely is coming back to me. I can remember when I was like, "Yo, so like Constitution, right?" I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I lost it, but guys, let's circle back. George, what you got? What you got, Ben? That's what you've been thinking. You put yourself in a situation now. You become you participate, right? It's like parents who have children in school, right? Okay, I'm gonna get involved with that because I want to make sure my child, motherfucker, you the child of this reality. You the adult of this reality. You the magic of this reality. Like, when do you think you need to get involved? And it doesn't mean like getting involved in the sense of like you got to go physically pick up bricks and start doing shit like that. It just means like stand up for right, stand up for truth, man. Like learn yourself. Like honest to God, man, I swear to God, I wish they would give everybody a year off to go learn who the fuck they are. Yo, the next year there'll be so much peace. No fucking doubt about it. No doubt of fucking. The last thing you are meant to do in this reality, and this is not nobody else's fault but your own goddamn fault, my goddamn fault. But I'm telling you what the fucking first thing you need to do, and the last thing that your old self wants you to do is to inquire who the fuck you are. That's the worst thing you could do for your old self. So the worst thing you could do for yourself today, the worst thing you could do for your old self, no, sorry, the worst thing you could do for yourself yesterday, the worst thing you could do, because what does it want? It wants to say the same, right? But not necessarily true. I'll take that back. Not necessarily true. Not necessarily. Today I want to change. So what do you think tomorrow versions of me was going to say about me? It's going to say, Rod, someone wanted to change yesterday too. He motherfucker always wanted to change. You ask that motherfucker, what do you want to do? He always got to change for something. That's what it's going to tell you. So I take that back. The last thing your negative ego wants you to do is change and find yourself. If you find who you are, then what is it fun? You find the blueprint. You find the map telling you who the fuck you are. Oh, I'm Radisson Grant. I like. Oh shit, my ancestors. Oh shoot. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so that's what I. Okay, wow. I'm feeling like I'm tearing up. Let it out, Rob. Let it out. Let it out. Comes out. When it comes out, that's dealing with trauma, and you're teaching yourself to not be scared of it. I used to do so many things in the name of panic attack and fear and scared. So many things that you would never have known if you were sitting right next to me. You would never know how scared I fucking was. You would never have known. That's the type of scared I am. I wasn't just shy to fucking go tell you, hey, let me dance in front of all you motherfuckers. I wasn't just shy to say that. I wouldn't walk up to you and tell you, I'm scared as fuck, motherfucker. What we gonna do? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm sitting there like this. We gonna get through this. We gonna do it. And I'm scared as fuck. Difference now is I'll tell you I'm scared. If I am. There's times I am scared. But in those times, sometimes I'm able to remember that it's just a momentary thing. And when you're scared, it's really the old parts of you seeing that they're gonna have to let go. They're gonna have to stop that. They're gonna have to let go of that thing. And the idea of not having that thing or whatever it is, a person, place, or thing, not having it, the idea of it. You gotta understand, man. Okay, let's put it like this, because this is good for me as well. You were used to a certain thing. Whenever you had that certain thing, you felt good, right? Now, I'm not saying the good was really good, because the good could have been like, for instance, smoking cigarettes, right? Like I started doing it simply because it looked cool. I never got to do it as a kid. It's Jehovah's Witness. You never got to do that stuff, right? So I wanted to do it just because it looked cool. And I put in my weed, and they felt like I felt like Biggie or some shit, you know. But then things become habits, right? Because you start to lean on them in times when you weren't supposed to be leaning on them. It ain't the thing for it ain't cigarettes. Well, cigarettes and say, "Hey, lean on me." It didn't say I'm Bill Withers, right? So I leaned on it heavy, right? So if I'm leaning on something, who am I not leaning on anymore? Because I didn't always smoke cigarettes. I didn't even know I smoked weed. How did I get through life without that shit? And I'm gonna do some tough shit. I went through a divorce without weed and alcohol. I mean, I drank at bars, but I wasn't really going. I mean, once in a while. I'm not a drinker like that. I did it without cigarettes too. So how the fuck I got through that now? You see what I'm saying? How did I do that? And now I'm telling myself I can't get over. Weed, you take that away from me, man. Why do you not like me? I just don't understand. Why would you? What did I ever do to you that you would want to do that to me? That's how weed is, right? But like I said, there was a time I went through so much shit without it. So the crutch becomes you lean too heavily on it. And so now when yourself realizes that I'm making changes, baby. We're moving up. And it says, maybe we should talk about this weed thing. Should we bring that with us? Is that who we still trying to be that? Are we trying to do that? Now don't get me wrong. I think weed will always be good for me. It's not a time. It's not like any it's not, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's not about whether something is good for you or not. It's about how much are you dependent on it, right? Are you dependent on it? I should say. You can rely on it because, like, when I need to pick me up, I can rely on weed. It's there for me. You know what I'm saying? Dependable too, 100%, both. But I consider all these things to be entities with personalities. Why wouldn't they be? Like, so if I'm gonna have a conversation with Ganja, that's the name we go off right now. Ganja's had me. I wrote a story about this, by the way. I'm writing a story. I should say. Correction. I'm writing a story about three G's: God, which is me, Ganja, and Gaia. In not any particular order. No one is more important than the other. They're all gods in their own right, obviously, but each helps the other. You know what I'm saying? In their own stories. But you, as a trinity, their story is a beautiful one itself. So their individual stories, like how Gaia, came into the position of being Gaia. She's an entity. She's a being. She's a force. She's an energy that is our planet now in the physical, right? But that energy has to be something on the other side. So it's a personality. It's a person. It's a being. So the story talks about who Gaia is, and like anybody else, any living being, any person, any being that exist. Existence is forever. It's not today and it wasn't yesterday. It's not. It's forever, right? So you have many names, many ways in which people refer to you. So Gaia, There's one name, and there's many others. I'm trying to think of one I can think about. Earth, obviously, but very rarely enough that this planet we call Earth and it's majority water. But I can see why as well as I'm saying this now. Earth is not referring to the being that is Gaia. Earth, I think, is referring to the physical state, right? Water is not water. Water is physical, but it's also a bridge between the physical and the invisible and the non-physical, right? Water serves that purpose. A rock doesn't. It's physical. So if you say Earth, you understand that this is a physical reality, right? I'm just brainstorming. I'm brainstorming with you, right? But what I'm saying is that in the story, and then about ganja. So ganja is one of the names that the entity, the being that we understand as weed, as ganja, as marijuana, as Mary Jane, as whatever names came up. For me, those names are represent different timelines, different experiences that entity has had, different lives that entity has had. So, like, you may say, "Oh, when did ganja have a life? When was that?" Well, right now, motherfucker. Yo, how we say alcohol is spirits, but we think plants are not spirits. Where did the alcohol come from? And when they say spirits, they're not referring to what the alcohol is. They're referring to what it reveals in you, the true spirit of you, what your spirit truly is. That's why when people get drunk or I'll get and they get lick it up and like, or even for me, if I get tipsy, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's who I truly am. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol didn't do nothing to me other than like, and now you know who's there. You know, in fact, some people should just keep drinking because then we know who they really are. Like, I'm all for the true person. I don't give a fuck how messy that person is. Let me see the true person who you are, because the hiding is taking up so much energy, and you can't understand that it is draining you. So the quicker and the simpler one realizes that they have to like turn off places that they're diverting their energy to, because it causes them to not be real. And when you're not being authentic, you're burning up energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, your authentic self is it's like you're just flowing. You driving. You know what I'm saying? You cruising. Smokey Robinson's playing. But when you try to like be something you're not, you understand? You gotta go through mountains and go up and down, and you know what I'm saying? This is nah. Your soul is like, what the fuck? Who told this bitch we gotta go all the way around over here? We just needed to be right there, bitch. Get back. But your ego telling you, fuck you talking? I can be wherever the fuck I want, wherever the fuck I want. I can be wherever the fuck I want. I get what I want when I want it. Yeah, sure you can. But why you want something that ain't you or ain't yours? Why would you want that? Like, don't you believe that what is meant for you is great enough? And maybe, just maybe, possibly, could be. Wonder if the actual good thing in your life that you're cursing right now, if you just change your perspective, like you maybe could see that as the blessing it is. It is in reality. It is a blessing. You know, your inability to see a blessing isn't the actual reality. You know that it will be your reality. But your inability to see a blessing, to acknowledge a blessing, to realize a blessing speaks volumes on your own self, because like that means you don't even know you're a blessing. Like, if I'm willing to destroy something, it says everything about me. That's what I said about the mirror thing. I'm trying to go there slow and steady. Not only for you, for me too, because I believe me, I'm my biggest fan. Always have, always will be. Ain't none of you motherfuckers ever gonna take my place as be my fan, my biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? So like, motherfuckers be talking about destiny swapping and shit like that. First of all, you gotta understand, I have a biggest fan. That's me. So try to be a destiny swapper. You gonna be like, who this? You're not Radisson. Yeah, I'm that motherfucker's biggest fan. I already got a biggest fan. I don't even want fans, to be honest with you. I don't like the idea of anybody following me. Is no one's following me anywhere. And if you are, I'll lead you off a ditch. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. I wouldn't know how to do that. No, I can care for people, but the time has come for me to stop caring for people in that way, in the physical sense, in the sense of having to devote my time and energy to a particular person, place, or thing. The time has come for me now to show my care by my information. So either you hear the knowledge that I'm saying, and it's knowledge that you think can lead to wisdom. Because don't accept any knowledge if you don't think it can lead to wisdom. What's the point? If I'm telling you something you can't act on, like I don't even mean like if you tell me, Rod, you know like aliens exist. How am I gonna act on that, Rod? Oh yeah, you can act on that, you fucking idiot. Like how when I did go from unbelieve, no, not believing in aliens to believing in aliens, you don't think that did anything for me? Are you so saying you people just undermine everything? Like it's so negative. The first thing you do is undermine something. Like you just walk into a place and be like, okay, how do we undermine it? It's standing a little too tall. Figure out ways how to make things better. Then you like if you work for a company and you try to take Susie down. Yeah, your boss is egotistical as well, and he probably thinking, hey, I got them fighting over each other. But do you want to be that guy, that person who's working for that person? Do you not want to be the person who's killing at the job you're doing, and therefore that person's like, yeah, look at them, they killing it, man. I love these people. But you don't get to do that shit that you're doing and then say to somebody else on the street or at home or in your friend group that I just wish bosses would treat people better. Well, you're a shitty employee to your other people that you work with. You're shitty. So you deserve a shitty boss, but not the person who you sit next to. That motherfucker deserves a better you and a better boss. Like, you motherfuckers gotta stop playing roles and acting like you ain't the role you're playing. Like, you don't even understand what I just said there. You are a role. You are a role that you're playing. You are a role that you're playing. When was the last time you checked with your fucking self to ask them, who the fuck is this person we playing? You can't be that stupid, really though. You can't be that stupid to tell me that you've considered all of these things I'm saying to you and never fucking thought, hmm, hmm, sounds impactful. Maybe I should do something about that. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I like pain. I like discomfort. You know what's funny? That's the other interesting thing. The other thing I want to spit on his head. How do you say people love discomfort, but yet don't want to do the right things because they say the right things causes them to be uncomfortable? Like, I had a neighbor that told me once she kind of likes anxiety. And you think that bitch would be Superwoman? You think she would have learned to use anxiety to make herself better? That's not what she was talking about, my man, my sister. That's not what she was talking about. You know people like this. You know people who cherish pain and hurt. Like they always set themselves up in situations. They always got to be the victim. Like if you're looking for something, just so you know, I used to say this to my brother. If you're looking for something, if you're looking for somebody to shit on you, if you're looking for something, whatever the fuck it is you looking for, only you motherfucking know it. So stop fucking pretending that all your life has been a certain experience and you have no idea how it's happened that way. All right? I've had a life in which I've had people tell me, like, yo, you sound like you had a real rough life, and it sounds like it was, and I'm like, I'm insulted when a motherfucker tell me my life is rough. Like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Nobody looks at a diamond and says, life must have been rough, motherfucker. Like, you motherfuckers are so stupid, and you want to say what I'm saying is insulting. But you slight people all the fucking time. It's like all you know how to do is slight a motherfucker. Like I said, undermine, deteriorate some shit that's looked like this. It looked like it been there for a long time, girl. It looked like it been there for a long time. So what you thinking? You know what I'm thinking. How we taking it down? Like, there's statues in the South that you claim you don't like. Why don't you go take those down? You can't though, huh? But you'd rather take a motherfucker down. An actual human being. Being human. You'd rather take that motherfucker down. But the statue down there, you ain't got the balls, the courage, or the guts to go down there and tell them motherfuckers, I think it's time this thing comes down. You got to do it in the middle of the night, motherfucker. Right? But you got the balls to take an actual fucking human being down, to attempt it at that. But you can't even get shit done in your own reality. So you got to take it out on a human being. And then complain about human beings, complain to other people, try to make yourself look like a victim. Because all you seek in life is to be the victim. You seek to be the victim. So therefore, what do you have to do? You have to have situations where you're hurt. You have to set yourself up to be hurt. And so you set yourself up in situations to be hurt. It don't even matter what the other person on the other side is doing. No, it doesn't matter. I would say this to my brother. You walk into a job site. You have a negative mindset already running from wherever you came from. Your negative mindset running. So you're looking for something wrong. You walk into the desert. Everybody's doing their job. But what you gonna do? You gonna find something the motherfucking wrong. Because that's what you're searching for. Search for something better. Search for your own fucking self. For who you are. Inquire. And stop lying. Be honest. I'm glad I did this. Because life without fear is so much better. I mean, what is it to fear? They can only kill you once. And who says anyone tries to kill you? But if they did, no one wants to kill anyone. I mean, people may want to prefer to not hear certain things, but your time is your time. It doesn't come before, it doesn't come later. It's your time. I mean, it's your time, the time that you chose. If it was somebody who pulled the trigger on the other end, it wasn't too soon. It wasn't later than it was supposed to be. It was exactly how and where and why you wanted it to be that way. And if you don't believe that, sure. Believe in God and believe in everything else but the fact that your death is something that's timed and figured out and already planned ahead of time. Think your birth was set in motion and you came into it, but your death wasn't. Very interesting. You know, some people would say you can laugh at death and cry at birth. So that wouldn't that imply that both are determined beforehand? And if your birth happens before your death, and that's determined beforehand, then your death more than likely would be determined. Because in your next life, your birth has to take place at a certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just, this is how this thing happens, right? You plan your death, it's going to end. Like, cycles end. We didn't just create this as human beings. Everything, we came into this shit looking at cycles, man. The fuck? Like, how you not know? Like, your period, a woman's period has a cycle, and not anymore. And then next month, not anymore. It keeps starts and starts and starts and starts. Fall, spring, summer, winter. Fall, spring, summer, winter. Fall, spring, summer, winter. Right? No one says, "Ah, wonderful, summer started, yay!" Ah, a few months later, summer has ended. I mean, this summer, guys. How will we? How will we go on? How will we do it? Summer! Summer! Why don't you just do that? I ain't hear anybody shouting that out on the street. I didn't hear anybody. But when I see somebody lose a loved one, I'm like, Lord Jesus have mercy. Here it comes. You losing people or what? Because I see dead people all the time. I see cardinals. I see all kinds of things that remind me of people. How are you not doing that? And if you are, how are you acting as if you're not? Like, if you had a memory of a person you love, or anybody who you say passed on, if you have a memory of that person, and one day you just be thinking, you have a memory of it, okay, how does that bring you to a sad place? How can't you not just think about them like, I remember that. I remember those good times, man. We had some good times, man. And maybe just start talking to the person. Yo, man, remember when we used to do that? Yo, for real though. For real though, man. You really taught me, man, how to be courageous, man. You really taught me, like, I remember we would go out and you would like, how you not see that as keeping that person alive? You don't need to keep the person alive because they're still alive wherever the fuck they are. They're somewhere else alive. But if you so in love with them, ain't that a better fucking way to do it than every fucking time? Like, you can't get close to nothing. Why? Because it's gonna die. Let's unpack that next time.